Alright, round two. In this round, I got paired up with a guy called Ragman, and I think I've heard the name before, but I was really not sure at all what deck he was going to be bringing. So I did not win the die roll, and he did, so he was going to go first. So on Ancient Tomb, immediately thought he's probably playing Affinity or Stacks. And then with Steel Overseer, I knew he was playing an Affinity build. So it was going to be a mirror match, pretty much. I didn't know exactly what he had. But, I guess I did have the Overseer to match his Overseer, and a Memnite to one up on the creature counts. Although he was able to follow up with a nice Lodestone Golem and his own Mox Opal and then a Signal Pest. So that was a pretty good play on his part. Starting to get a little concerned here, but let's see what I get. So I get a Memnite, and here I'm thinking I have two choices. I might have misplayed this as well. There's the Steel Overseer I could play. And if I did the Steel Overseer, I could start pumping up guys even faster than he could. But I also have a Lodestone Golem to match his. And so I end up playing the Lodestone Golem. I'm just passing. It probably was a mistake, but he gets a Ravager. It's really bad news for me. And he decides just to attack with the Signal Pest. So he didn't want to trade creatures. So I'm going to pump with my Overseer. I get another Ancient Tomb. So here I have a choice. I could Overseer or I could Memory Jar. I decided to go for it and Memory Jar, knowing that if I can pop that on my turn, I could just get some pretty insane cards and get real clear advantage. I did not want to attack, and I want to kill his Factory. I want to try to get as many creatures as I can off the board for him. And he could have turned the Factory into a creature and then Overseered it. So here's sort of a crucial part of the game, right? So he has, I didn't even really do this count, but he has Signal Pest, which I cannot block. The question is if he pumps it up, so he can make it a 3, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, make it, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. Alright, so he did not make a mistake. He could not have killed me. So he plays it right and just attacks with a Signal Pest, pumps it up to a 3, 4. So at this point, I pretty much know I have to win on this turn. Next turn, he can definitely sack things to the Ravager and just attack him with a Signal Pest. So I decide to not use any of my mana and just pop the jar. So luckily I got a Chamber, a Memnite. So I need 12 damage because I can attack with 3 creatures and use my Ravager, which I top decked. I needed that to give myself a shot. And I did the count, and I had more than enough. So I knew at this point, unless he had something sneak up his sleeves, he couldn't beat me. So attack with these 3, sack them all till when he doesn't block, put it all in the Memnite, and I win game 1. So it was close. I was down to 2 life, but I was able to pull it out. Alrighty. So then we went on to game 2. Alright, so I missed it. So I had a bad starting hand, and then I was dealt this hand. So I ended up keeping this. I knew I don't have any land, but I had my trusty Skull Clamp and a Mana Crypt and a Mox Opal. So I figured my only real hope here was to just keep drawing a ton and hope that he does not have a Revoker stop my Skull Clamp from letting me just draw away. So I play my Crypt, play my Mox Opal, play my Memnite, get my Clamp down, and start the drawing. I still want to draw. At this point, I just want to get as much drawing as I can before he gets a Revoker, if he has a Revoker. So there's an Ornithopter, which is a little bit of different build. I don't know exactly the deck he's running, but Ornithopter is interesting. You don't usually see that in an Affinity build. Or I don't usually play it, I should say. So I won the flip. I'm at 17. And I want to continue to keep drawing. I still haven't drawn a land this turn, so that was what I was really hoping to try to get. And I do get a workshop. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good because, I have a Genesis Chamber out, and I get an Overseer out. I have my Clamp, so I can draw a ton with it. He has 4 cards in his hand, but I'm still feeling alright. So he attacks with both. I let it through because my Overseer can pump my guys up, and then he kills my Workshop. And I get a Ravager. So I'm still hoping to get a land here. And I get a Wasteland, which is alright. Take it. I put my Ravager out. And I guess here I had a choice. I could kill his tomb. I knew he had wastelanded me a few times. And I figured, let me just see if he runs out of mana. Because he keeps wastelanding me. I'm drawing a ton anyway. I don't need the land. So I kill his land. And then save my Overseer. At this point, I'm feeling really good. And he does concede. So there's game 2 win and match win. So I'm up 2-0.